Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a little post-match review of Celtic's thumping 4-1 win over Chelsea yesterday that ends Celtic's American tour. Also, a few wee updates on some players potentially coming into Celtic and some players potentially leaving Celtic. And also an update on a couple of injury concerns that Celtic have going into next week's league opener against Kilmarnock a week today, live on television. So, overnight, Celtic beat Chelsea 4-1 in friendly. Pretty strong Celtic side. Probably lining up would be Celtic's starting 11 for next week's opener against Kilmarnock, with it likely Alistair Johnston might well be missing for a week or two as he recovers from Canada's very successful Copa America tournament. Celtic opened the scoring with Matt O'Reilly, 19th minute, a really clever left-footed passing shot into the bottom right corner, giving Sanchez in the Chelsea goal no chance at all. A nice wee move leading up to that on Celtic's right side that gave O'Reilly a little bit of space in the box, and he very cleverly passed the ball across Sanchez into the far corner. Another nice move down the right-hand side. Celtic got in behind Chelsea's defence, and lovely pass across the box, and Kyogo tapped in for 2-0 at the back post. That was in the 33rd minute. Celtic kept the lead through to half-time. Slightly concerningly, around 35 minutes, Maeda went off with a leg knock. At this stage, it's not thought that the injury is going to be severe enough to keep him out of the game next Sunday against Kilmarnock, and it was thought to be much more precautionary. That then allowed Luis Palma to come on and replace him for the last 60 minutes or so of the game, and Luis Palma had an excellent match. And Celtic managed to add a third goal. A wee bit of a mix-up in Chelsea's defence, playing the ball across the box. Luis Palma nipped in, intercepted the ball, nice wee shimmy and turn round the Chelsea defender, and then a very calm, assured finish past the Chelsea goalkeeper. And Luis Palma was involved in the fourth goal. Glorious ball over the top of the Chelsea defence, Mikey Johnston running onto it, and for a change, Mikey Johnston kept his calm and slotted the ball past the Chelsea goalkeeper, putting us 4-0 up. That was in the 79th minute, with Palma's goal in the 76th. We did concede an 89th minute penalty. Raheem Sterling twisting and turning, Kobe Donovan shoved his leg out and did clip Sterling in the box, and it was pretty much a clear penalty. And Kuhn gave Sinisalo in Celtic's goal no real chance, and so the game ended 4-1. I think Celtic can be very, very happy with their performance. I thought they looked very good in midfield, out wide, and attack. Defence did look a wee bit more assured with Carter Vickers beside Liam Scales. There still was a bit of confusion. Kasper Schmeichel's made some excellent saves, particularly in the first half, to keep Celtic level and then keep Celtic's lead later on in that first half. And Kasper Schmeichel was one of my star players. Also, extra star marks for Matt O'Reilly, another brilliant performance in midfield. At the moment, still no firm bid anywhere near what Celtic are looking for him, although Liverpool are said to be warming up a bid for O'Reilly next week. Atalanta keep on entering very much low ball offers, way below 20 million, and so way below Celtic's asking price. Also, big extra star marks for Rio Hatate. I thought he had a good game in midfield, and also big star marks to Luis Palma coming on after 35 minutes, replacing Maeda. And I thought he had an excellent game, very creative, lots of attacking intent down in the wing, some lovely passes, and scored a goal and set a goal up. So, very good all round performance by Luis Palma. Also, good marks for Kyogo. I thought he had good game up front, looking very, very sharp going into the season. And actually, overall, I would give everybody at least pass marks. I thought Anthony Ralston, Greg Taylor, and McGregor all looked that wee bit better. So did James Forrest, having had an extra game of football coming back from Scotland duty. Liam Scales, probably his best game of the 5 friendlies so far, but still, I thought a wee bit at fault for several of Chelsea's chances in that first half, especially. And it very much does, for me, highlight the need for Celtic to really upgrade at centre back, and it is said that Brendan Rodgers is quite actively trying to pursue Darren O'Shea from Burnley, although Burnley do seem at this point reluctant to release O'Shea to anyone. Second half, substitutions also saw some game time for players such as Yang, Lawal, Lagerbielke, and Welsh, as well as the 2 young fullbacks, Donovan and Matthew Anderson. And so nice to see all those backup players and academy B team players all getting a go and some game time against a good quality Chelsea team, which was a mixture of their first teamers and younger academy team players. Nicholas Kuhn sat this game out. He has got his knee strapped up. It is, however, thought that he is going to be fit and ready for the game against Kilmarnock next Sunday. And it is also thought at this point that Dyson Maeda will also be fit for the Kilmarnock game next Sunday, although I think once Celtic's back at home in Glasgow and the medical team and physios get a chance to more closely assess the 2 players, we'll know for definite by middle or end of next week as to whether they'll be fit for next Sunday. Either way, I think we've got some good capable deputies in Forrest, Yang, Johnston, and Luis Palma. And I think we've also got with all those players a degree of flexibility covering for Kyogo, as all 4 of them have on a regular basis played striker roles. Mike Nawrocki remains out injured, as yet no date for return from injury, but otherwise Celtic have a full squad. Alistair Johnston will be back in training next week for Celtic, probably a wee bit early for getting back into the team on Sunday, although knowing Johnston's love of Celtic and his great professionalism, he may well try and push himself forward into the starting lineup next Sunday. It's said that Wolves at this moment are looking at the loan offer for Hugo Bueno, but are not going to make a decision on it until later in August, and so maybe a few weeks before Wolves get back to Celtic, whether Bueno can come to Celtic on loan for the season or not. Brendan Rodgers has indicated that all of the 4 central defenders, Bozen Lawal, Gustav Lagerbielke, Yuki Kobayashi, and Stephen Welsh all are available to leave the club, either on loans or permanent transfers. I'm a wee bit surprised that we seem to have such a clear out of our backup central defenders. If all 4 of those players do leave the club, and we don't bring anyone else in during the August window, that's going to kind of leave us with Carter Vickers, who is a wee bit injury prone over the last year or so, Mike Nawrocki, who has been injury prone the whole time at Celtic, and Liam Scales, who is converted left back into centre back. I don't think Celtic's academy and B team quite has the quality of player to come in and be first team starters at this point, although there are a few very promising B team and academy centre backs. And so I suspect that if a couple of those four do leave the club on loans or transfers, the other two will be kept at the club as backups. No further move on any of the other incoming transfers. I've been saying this quite a few times, but Paulo Bernardo is expected to sign his 5-year deal early next week. And no movement on the incoming potential transfers for Michel Onge Balikwisha nor Adam Idah, and the Tanner Tessman potential deal from Venezia to Celtic is waiting for Tessman to finish as the captain of the American men's football team, soccer team at the Olympics, and so any movement on Tessman coming to Celtic will need to wait probably another couple of weeks at the very least, and then Tessman apparently sitting down with his agent, Venezia, and planning for the season, be it staying at Venezia or moving to another team in Italy or potentially moving to Celtic. And one final wee bit of news is that the draw for the last 16 of the Scottish League Cup will be around 5 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Celtic are one of the 8 seeded teams, and so in theory should get a potentially slightly easier last 16 game, although at this stage last season we drew Kilmarnock at Kilmarnock on their plastic pitch and of course got knocked out 1-0 in a rather disappointing performance. And so when the draw does occur, I'll do a wee quick update on the site. So that finishes things off for today. As always, if you are new to the channel, please do consider clicking that subscribe button. Keep the numbers powering past 750 towards 800, as always. And if you have liked the video, click the like button, help with YouTube analytics and getting the channel and the videos seen by more and more Celtic fans and football fans. And finally, as always, do pop in your own comments, thoughts, opinions, etc. into the comment section. What you thought regarding Celtic's win against Chelsea, were there any players you thought did especially well, any players that didn't do so well, and any thoughts regarding the potential loans and transfers in and out of the club. And so for today, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, goodbye, and hail, hail.